Welcome to this edition of Foodie News and Views. We're taking a look at the foods consumers want, beyond what they need. I'm here with Dave at Kuhn Orchard's farm stand at the Lorton Farmers Market. Hi, Dave.
Hey.
Tell me a little bit about your farm and what you raise and grow.
Well, I'm fifth generation. No, my daughter's fifth. I'm fourth generation. We've been growing fruit for 150 years. So we did largely wholesale. The industry actually is situated where it is because it's got the right microclimates, the right soils, make it easy to grow tree fruits. Most of the fruit used to go to processing plants to make sauce and pie fill, things like that. So back 15, 20 years ago, we had 165 acres of apples, 75 acres of peaches. We had a pretty good sized farm. Unfortunately, it's not a super-sized farm where they've got economies of scale. So we knew we were growing good quality, and I made the decision to take out 100 acres of apples and start going to farmers markets and diversifying into lots of different fruits and berries and vegetables. And we were successful at that. So since then, I have sold the business to my daughter, Sydney. She's the manager. I work for her. We do 11 markets here in the D.C., Northern Virginia area. This Lorton market, we've been here since the day it opened. It's been 6 years now, I think. Watched it grow and helped it grow. And got to know the people here, and I see my customers more often than I see my own daughter who lives in North Carolina. They become friends. They come to trust you, and it's really gratifying to be able to sell your products directly to somebody. They can ask you questions about how it's grown, what's its characteristics, how to store it, how to use it. And that education part, I think, is very important for people to know what to eat, where it comes from. So they're getting to know their farmer through Kuhn Orchards.
So tell me a little bit about all the things that you raise and you grow,
well,
besides the apples.
We started out with tree fruits. The biggest portion of the fruit trees in Adams County is apples. We had a lot of apples, a lot of peaches, and some nectarines. And then we started going back to what my grandparents did, which was diversified fruit and more direct marketing. So our next step was to add more tree fruits. So we grew plums and apricots, cherries, so both sweet and tart. We added berries. We started growing strawberries. Then we added blueberries, raspberries, red raspberries, black raspberries, blackberries, currants, gooseberries, on and on and on. Then we added vegetables, and we grow a lot of tomatoes, onions, garlic, leeks, all that stuff in the allium family. We have sunchokes here today. That's a Native American root crop in the sunflower family. People don't know so well. We grow potatoes, carrots, parsnips. I'm not going to be able to name them. We've got many, many different things. Of course, we're also, along with the apples, we're selling cider, dried apples. We have a chestnut orchard. We've planted a young orchard with chestnuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans, heart nuts, lots of different things. We listen to our customers, and what they tell us that they want is what we try to grow.
So when will the chestnuts be available?
Well, we have some today. They're last year's crop. If you store them correctly over the winter, you can carry them right through the spring, and they're still good quality. There's just a few left. You harvest them in about September and October, so we'll have some close to when we get the next crop up.
Great. And I saw that your sign says that you care for the environment and you do a lot of preservation, land preservation, with riparian buffers and wildflower borders. I've done some stories on that, so that's good to hear that you're taking care of the environment.
We have Well, every farm has a story. I mean, for one thing, that we've got Gettysburg is close to there, and Cashtown, where our main buildings are, is where General Lee came through on the way to get battle Gettysburg. So we've got a Civil War hospital on farm. We put 40 acres into NRCS. It has a restriction on now that never be built on. It's got native warm weather grasses, which are hard to find anymore because most land has been tilled. This was only grazed by cattle. My grandparents, great-grandparents did. So it never had the ground turned over. And whenever the guy at the local office came out to hunt, actually, and saw it, he came to us and said, would you be interested in putting a covenant on it and never develop it? Well, we were never going to develop it anyway. But now we know for sure, perpetuity, it's going to stay wetlands with those native grasses. So it's a nice addition to the farm. It harbors wild bees, which work all the vegetables and fruits and berries. Turtles. They put some ponds in for amphibians. They actually built some ponds there for them. Actually, we're lucky enough since we had that new farm.